back, everyone, to another episode of Mumbles. Today, I'm here to bring you guys yet another game review. And the game that I'm reviewing today is Knock Knock. Now, before we get into what this game is about, I do have to ask you guys all a huge favor. If you haven't already, please do make sure to hit that subscribe button, as well as ring-a-ding-ding that little bell. If you ring-a-ding-ding the little bell, you will be able to keep up to date with my daily goings-on and be part of the notification squad for Mumbles. Now, with that out of the way, let's talk about this game review. Knock Knock is a game that was created by Ice Pick Lounge, and it is available for $9.99 on multiple systems, including PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Linux, Mac, and PC via Steam. Now, Ice Pick Lounge is a game creator who has made games such as The Void, as well as Psychological, and these are games that have been well received in the gaming community. Now, with that information, let's talk about Knock Knock itself. Knock Knock is a really unique type of a game. It's kind of a horror game. It's kind of not a horror game. It's more of a psychological thriller. It's a very unique game, and you'll soon see why. Basically, in Knock Knock, you are asked to take control of your protagonist. Now, the protagonist has trouble sleeping, and each night he wakes up to knocking somewhere in the house, just like this. Knocking in his house. And he doesn't know what or where it's from. So you must guide him through the night and basically survive the night. Now, to do this, you have to turn on lights and investigate rooms, and things will be wrong with this house. But you have to decide when and where to go and where to guide him. So like I said, it's a very unique game. You're seeing it more in the footage that you're seeing right now. So now I'm going to talk about the graphics, the subject, and control. First up, the graphics in this game, these are very cartoony-ish graphics. So they are well made, but do be aware they are kind of cartoony-ish. I kind of like them, so no complaints from me graphical-wise. Soundtrack-wise, this game has a okay soundtrack. It's nothing that is going to take your breath away. I'm going to go back to my favorite term that I use in almost every game review that I do. Gaming elevator music. It's just nice background noise to keep you interested. Now, let's talk about the controls. There's really not much to the controls of this game. Really, all it is using the control stick to move back and forth, up and down, if you have to go down a ladder or staircase or anything like that. And finally, using your A button on Xbox to screw in things such as lights or close portals or things like that. So very simple, simplistic controls that work very well. Now, gameplay-wise, as I said, I pretty much described this game in vivid detail as to what it is. Really, this game is more about your mindset. So, nothing really jumps out at you or scares you like that. But what you can expect from this game is the mental aspects to work into your head. You hear someone knocking, you're alone in this house. What is going on? Something is going to jump out and scare me. So it's more the player actually hyping themselves up and kind of scaring themselves in a way that when something does come out, you know, it's, oh, there it is, I knew it, oh, I knew it, you know what I mean? So it's that kind of scary game. It's not one of those games that's gonna have jump scares or things like that. It's more about the fear that you provide these items. They don't do much to scare you. It's the fear that you create that scares you. So very interesting game. And that's really the gameplay section. All you really do in this game, as I said, is move from one area to the next, turn on lights, and close portals. At times, you will have to redo things because you can't get past them without having to redo them. That's really all there is to this game. It's a very simplistic game, but a very well-made game, I think. Now, let's talk about the cons of this game, and there's not very many, but the first con here is that there's not a lot here. You kind of do the same thing over and over again. It's very repetitive. It does have its scary moments, but for the most part, it is what it is. You're not going to expect much from it. Now, my second and final con is the replayability of this game. Once you've played this game, you're not going to probably replay it very much, but at a price of $9.99, it's kind of overlookable. So those are my only two cons for this game. Let's get into my feelings and my score of this game review. Now, Knock Knock is a game that I wasn't expecting much from. You know, I thought that this game was going to be super duper scary. I was expecting a horror game like Resident Evil. That's not what I got, and I'm glad that that's not what I got because it was a unique experience that a lot of horror games don't provide. You're the one really that makes it in your mind as to what is going to be scary and what's not going to be scary. So For such a unique game, it's going to get a unique score. So on today's game review, Knock Knock, you're going to get a 7 out of 10. Now, I went back and forth with the score of this game because I feel like it could have gotten lower or higher, really. It's such a unique game, it doesn't really fit into any class of game that I've seen. And it's for that reason I'm giving it a 7 out of 10, because it's such a unique experience. Let me put it simply to you this way. If Knock Knock is a game that you're interested in, try it. For $9.99, you're not missing out. If it's a game you're not interested in, don't. That's the best advice I can give you on this game. I have to say personally myself, for someone who went into this game expecting something totally different, I'm very happy with what I got, and I definitely recommend it to you guys. I really enjoyed this game. Anyways, guys, this has been my review of Knock Knock. I want to thank you guys all so much for joining me. Please smack that subscribe button, smack that like button, and smack all those buttons, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. But bye, everyone. Take care.